The girl was lying on the wing of the plane, struggling to open the fuel cap. She knocked on the window and signaled to her boyfriend to hand her a bottle of alcohol. She started pouring it into the fuel tank. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind hit, and the bottle flew right out of her hand. Her boyfriend quickly gave her another one. This time, she carefully poured every drop into the tank. Slowly, the fuel gauge began to rise. In that moment, they finally felt a spark of hope, but one bottle wasn't enough. She grabbed another and started pouring again. Just as her boyfriend was about to hand her the last bottle, another sudden gust hit. She reacted instantly, gripping the wing tightly, but the last bottle was gone. Now they had nothing left to pour. Gritting her teeth, she slowly climbed back into the cabin. Even after getting inside, her heart was still racing. Then her boyfriend told her he had just spotted an island. It looked big enough for an emergency landing. If they could reach it, they might survive. She quickly got back into the pilot's seat and turned the plane in that direction. But after searching for a long time, the island was nowhere to be seen. Then the worst happened. The fuel ran out completely. The propeller slowly came to a stop. The plane lost all its power and could now only glide. Just then, her boyfriend spotted the island again. The plane kept losing altitude. She gripped the controls tightly, trying to keep it steady. But the final landing wasn't successful. The impact was violent. Both of them were knocked unconscious. They were left hanging upside down inside the cabin as water rapidly started flooding in. The plane began sinking deeper into the ocean. Between life and death, she was the first to regain consciousness. She tried to wake her boyfriend, but he didn't respond. Using all her strength, she forced the cabin door open. She dragged his body out and barely managed to escape the sinking plane. Finally, they reached the surface. She desperately tried to wake him, and slowly, he came back to consciousness. For a moment, it felt like they had survived, but then something felt wrong. The water was already reaching their feet. That's when she realized the truth. What they thought was an island was just a small sandbar. As soon as the tide came in, it would disappear completely. Despair hit hard. The water kept rising, and the sand beneath them kept shrinking. Soon, the ocean was swallowing everything. Only their toes were still touching the ground, barely keeping them above water. Her injured boyfriend told her to take his life jacket. Tears filled her eyes as she held him tightly. Just as they both prepared for the end, in the distance, a fishing boat appeared on the horizon. Somehow, luck was finally on their side, and in the end, both of them were rescued.